Hi everyone, it's Lynette with Charmed Grammy Crochet, and I look a mess. Sorry. Coming from the camper, and I should have shut that door. Don't mind that door over there. You see it over there? Yeah. Just disregard the door. That's going into the bathroom. And we leave our towel, but you know, damn towels. Gotta put them somewhere. But I should have shut the door. And I am just about to get in the shower, but we went, I went to Hobby Lobby. I've been trying to get in there to get some special yarn that I wanted, and so I thought I would show you what I picked up, just a couple of things, and I'll show you what I'm working on. I had to start something new, and I might have brought, wait, let me look, I'm not sure if I did. Nope. You know, the backpack buddy zipper pull things that I wanted to make. I started on some of those, and I didn't bring them, the ones that are done, so I won't show you any until. But I had to drop everything because a coworker of Roy's asked me to make a baby blanket for. She needed it in a week or so. So we're seeing how that goes. So this is what I'm working on. I dropped everything else to make the baby blanket, and this is the stitch that I'm doing. I probably could have been done with this had I used a thicker yarn. I'm feeling blind. I don't know why here today. Oh, that's just worse. Now I'm seeing a glare in the camera. Forget that. We'll take those off. Pardon me for looking like hell. Anyway, so I'm using Bernat Baby Soft, or Sport, Bernat Baby Sport, because it was the color she wanted, and I had the yarn. I had one skein, so I hope this makes enough of the blanket. I have, oh goodness, maybe a foot done. I have actually, let's see, I can measure. When you live in a small space, things are close at hand. Quite frequently, anyway. So let's see. It is approximately 13 inches. And I have a big hole in there. If you can put your hand in it whole. So it is what it is. This is the Dutchess Baby or something pattern. I will link it. I think it's really pretty. It's kind of like a, it reminds me of a sideways, very similar to like a sideways corner to corner stitch, except that the stitch only is two double crochet, and then you do the chain, and it's straight across, not corner to corner, obviously, but it's like a similar design to that. You're supposed to slip stitch after you do the chain 3, but I'm doing a chain, just a single crochet, because I don't slip stitch well. I don't. Maybe it's the way I hold my hook. I don't have any idea. But it's like I have to turn everything weird if I want to just slip stitch. So to do that every stitch, I'm like, no way. I'm just gonna do a single crochet. I did a couple of rows of that, and it goes way faster if I do a single crochet, and it really didn't change the appearance a whole lot of the stitch. So I said, that's it, I'm doing single crochet. And I'm going to do the border. There's a really beautiful border for this pattern. It's Live, Love, and Crochet, I think. It's, again, I'll have the pattern linked. And the border, I think I'm going to do in white, depending on how much of my pink I have left. So that is my new emergency project to do. And that is what I'm working on. And I'm enjoying working on it, but you know, in the tutorial, she uses a worsted weight yarn and a 6mm hook. And I'm using my Clover 4.0 millimeter hook. Oh, come on, it focused for a second. Anyway, and it's, you know, sport weight yarn. I'm really kind of disappointed in the drape. It does not drape very well. I thought that this yarn would be softer. I think I'll like wash it before I give it to her because it's stiff. I was real shocked by that. So I'm like crocheting my fingers to the bone inside the camper because it's hot outside today in Ohio. And so I'm trying to get this done because she needs it in a week or so from yesterday. I know I started it Thursday night, but I didn't work too long on it Thursday night because I get up at 2 in the morning, and so therefore I tend to fall asleep earlier at night. So anyway, I did work on it, but then I went to Hobby Lobby today. I just wanted to go while the yarn was on sale this week. There's things I needed to buy. Some things I can't show you because they're being shipped off as gifts. Oh, pardon me. I didn't mean to do that to you. But I want to show you what I got. First of all, I got some really cool patterns. I'm going to show you those to go with the yarns, the ones that I have yarns for. When I show you the yarn. Wait, let me get them in the right order. Oh, wait, I thought I had 3 patterns that I bought yarn to go for. Well, no. I guess only 2 patterns that, well, 1 pattern that I really bought the yarn for. So I have, I'm going to start with this bag. So I got to tell you this funny story. My husband we're at the camper, so we have 1 vehicle, and I'm like, I'm going to Hobby Lobby. There's a Hobby Lobby 35 minutes from the camper. The closest one to my house is 25 minutes, but we won't be back there. I won't be able to go before Monday, and that won't be on sale next week. So I'm like, I gotta go this week, and I haven't been able to go all week. I'm going today. And so my husband's like, okay. I'm like, you want to go? He's like, okay, he'll go along. Well, we have something we need to return to Lowe's, which is another 15 minutes away from there. So, long story short, I tell him, you go to Lowe's while I'm in Hobby Lobby. That'll give you something to do. And he says, okay. So he calls me and he says, I just Googled it, and the closest Lowe's is like 15 minutes away at least, and then it says 15 minutes back, and I'll probably be in there because there's a few things gotta buy, so I'll probably be in there half an hour. So that means it'll be like an hour. Do you want to be here that long, or you want me to wait for you? Like an hour? Boy, I'm in a yarn store. There's yarn in this store. He said, call me when you get back. He didn't want me to have to wait because he's gonna be gone an hour. Well, he called me and I'm like, oh, I'm still in the yarn store. I haven't checked out yet. So he had to wait. But I was really done shopping. I was just looking and fantasizing. Hobby Lobby has some very nice yarns. Their prices aren't always the greatest, so you got to get it when it's on sale, right? And I did get 1 clearance item. I bought this little, like, make a washcloth. It'll be great for a washcloth at the camper, and it was 57 cents. Regular, $2.29. It's just their Crafter's Secret cotton. I think it's 100% cotton, and it's only 95 yards. But it's perfect for a dishcloth or maybe a hot pad. Hot pad here at the camper. God, I'm yawning all over the place. You'd think I didn't get any sleep. And when I was at Joann's the other day, I bought one of these on clearance. This is the ice cream yarn. We have a friend that's having a baby in a few months, and I don't know if it's a boy or a girl. They're not saying. And they didn't find out. So I don't know. I love the colors, but I'm wondering if it's too girly to be neutral for both boy or girl. What do you think? It's the Candy Shop ice cream. You guys probably know the stats. It's a number 3 weight, 394 yards in each one, and it's 100% acrylic. And I love the colors. So I don't know, too girly? Not too girly. Maybe if I put a blue border, because there's blue in there. I don't know. Then I don't know if you remember that I made that shawl out of that. Looks like Cotton Kings. It's a Stitch Studio. I got it from AC Moore Stitch Studio, and I made the Anna Lucia shawl. one cake, one shawl. And it's that #1 weight cotton. Well, one of my neighbors here at the campground really, really loves that shawl, and I told her husband asked me to make her one, and I said, sure, I would make her one, thinking that I would be able to get that color yarn, just order it from Hobby, whatever, and they haven't had that colorway. I really wanted to add to it for me. It's not long enough for what I want, so I wanted, so I was going to get like two new ones for me, and add to the one, whatever. But they haven't had it, and Hobby Lobby sells this. It's called Rainbow Rhapsody, and this one's called Crimson Poppy. Oh my God! Right? Is that not gorgeous? That's gonna be a good color. It's bright and cheery and wonderful. I got two. And I'm going to make myself another Ana Lucia. The Stitch Studio had 1,093 yards. This is a #1, and it is 60% cotton, 40% acrylic. I think that's probably what the other one is. And it's 918 yards. Close enough. Two will work me well. So what I'm going to do is like center pull one and then start at the outside of the other and work them together. So yellow to the orange and then orange to the yellow. I think that way, or the other way. But I think that way. Maybe it's best to have the yellow in the center and the oranges on the outside. That might be a better way, but I totally love them. And they don't have that color that I had. So, the one that I don't remember the color name of it, but it just always reminded me of a fish tank. Like the colors of the fish tank at Nemo had from Finding Nemo. Then the other thing that I can show you that I bought, and I bought 3 of these. This yarn is called Chloe. This color is called Pine Forest, obviously. It's a yarn bee. Now, my oldest granddaughter's name is Chloe. Chloe loves for me to crochet her things. And Chloe's favorite color is army green. Chloe is going to love this. I've never worked with it. I've heard mixed reviews about it. Some people say that it shrinks. It's called Pine Forest. I would hold one up, but you gotta like move the label around because you know how it's wrapped around it. All the stats are on the inside, or you can't read it. So let's see. It is 270 yards, 3.5 ounces, 247 meters. It's a #4. I think you can wash it, and I don't think you should put it in the dryer. It's 70% wool and 30% viscose. But it's not scratchy. Like, yeah, Scarfy is scratchy on me. This one, I don't find it to be scratchy. I find it to be very soft. And it's going to be great for winter. So they also had this pattern there. And I imagine you can get it online, but you have to look in their DIY tab for their patterns. I totally love it. It says 1 skein to make the hat, 2 skeins to make the scarf. And this is designed for this yarn. So I bought 3 skeins of this to make her the hat and scarf, and that will be part of her Christmas present. So she doesn't watch my videos, so she won't see it. They also have this in there for knitting for the same yarn. That's the cowl crochet. Oh, and they have, I think this is a knit pattern as well. And that's all for the Chloe yarn. Intermediate advanced on this, but that's on that knit pattern. And then there's the scarf and the hat. So totally love that, and I'm going to make that for Chloe, provided I can figure out how to read the pattern. Then, which I'm getting better at pattern reading, so I think we'll be able to handle it. Then, I don't have any of this yarn with me, but they had this pattern to go with a yarn that looks like homespun, that Lion Brand homespun yarn that's real thick, weavy, and they have this. They have it to go with their, I'm trying to, let's see. I'm trying to see it somewhere. Oh, the Yarn Beat Aspen yarn, I think is the yarn. No, Dream Spun. That's what it's called. They have this pattern designed to go with the Dream Spun yarn, and this is really simple. And they make this scarf 11 foot long, they say, and I totally love that. But what I really loved was this. Oh my goodness. Is that not beautiful? And I have a ton of homespun yarn. So I'm making this. It's on my I will make list. At some point. I'm not quite sure when. I want to have it for fall. And it's it says that you need their Dream Spun comes in 3.5 ounces, 76 yards on its thing, and you need 18 skeins. The homespun is a lot bigger, so I don't know how many skeins you'll need, but this, they tell you to make it in 2 sections, a front and a back, and then sew the shoulders together. But I don't know why you couldn't just leave a gap and not have to do that sewing. You know why? Because it's just single crochet and half double crochet. Obviously not the bottom here, but this part is just single and half double crochets. So why couldn't you just like get to here and chain over and come to here, and then turn around and chain back the other way and leave a hole? I don't know. I think we could do that, and then I don't have to. But they do. There is a few rows here that they give you that are shouldered, you know, shortened for the shoulder. So maybe I really do need to do that to make the neck look right. I probably should follow the pattern instead of trying to design my own for something I don't know what I'm doing. But I totally love this yarn. I love this pattern. Then there's a couple of knitted patterns on this page as well. I believe this is a knitted pattern for that poncho. And I'm trying to find it. And then they have these little boot things. So anyway, I got that pattern there. It's I'm learning that with being able to read patterns a little bit, those are both easy patterns and they're stitches that I know, so that made it real simple. Pattern reading really can make your patterns go a lot faster than following them by a tutorial. Then they had some other really cute, if you have bonbon kind size, they had this pattern for like using bonbons for those little tiny rolls they sell there that are like this big, and then you just add beads in. So how cool. I like that pattern. And then they had a hat pattern that I stole, and they're not really stole, they're free. And these little hoodies, blanket hoodies. So I thought those were adorable. Little shark mittens. Little sweater with that. And that little guy. I don't know if my granddaughters would wear that. Avery might. I made something, yeah, I made her a scarf last year like that, Avery. But my one cousin's little one would love of that. So maybe I'll make her that. So anyway, I just really wanted to share my my new finds. Not only did I find really cool yarn, but I found really cool patterns that I'm very excited about, and I wanted to share them with you. And I bought just the right amount of yarn. And let me know what you guys think about that candy, cotton candy for a baby boy. You know, if you don't know the sex, is that maybe too girly? My husband says, full of his wisdom, if the baby's cold, doesn't really matter, does it? Well, there you go. But if it's a baby boy, they might not want to put it on him, and then I wasted my time. He said, if the baby's cold, they'll put it on him. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sharing, liking, and subscribing to my channel. Don't mind me. I'm on a time schedule for this. I don't crochet so much on a time schedule. So have a great rest of your weekend. Again, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for coming back. I forgot to even tell you, I think this is Charm Chatter number 76. And it is coming from the camper. And if it no, I'm gonna wait for my little friends are not here today, so there will be no evening tour of the campground this week again, because they're not here, and I'm not going to do it without them. They'll be here again one day. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.